They would dress like Muslims, taken to another town in Morocco where no one knew them, and they would harass Jewish girls in order to frighten their parents. You know, the worst things that can happen is that a girl would be molested. And that really moved quite a few people out of Morocco to Israel or somewhere else. And many years later, after I heard the story, I met a Moroccan Jewish woman who actually confirmed that she was on the receiving end of it in her town. For example, in the case of Iraq, Israeli government negotiated a deal with the Iraqi government that would allow Jews to leave. But Jews were in no rush to leave. See, this is very important because Jews had lived there for centuries, and like Abishalaim, Sojwal, they were settled, they spoke Arabic, they were Arabs for all practical purposes with a different confession. So Zionist activists had to do something to prod them to leave. And here we come to a very sad episode, well, sad page of the history of Zionism, when Zionist activists actually committed acts of violence against Jews and against Jewish institutions in order to prod them to leave. You know, there was explosion in Jewish institutions in Iraq. There were similar events in Egypt, in Morocco. So, and that's again, it's understandable, but because for the Zionist movement, for Ben-Gurion, for those who created the state, the most important thing was the raison d'etat, Staatsraison. And that's how they behaved during the Nazi genocide. Famously or infamously, Ben-Gurion is quoted as saying that he would rather save half of the children, Jewish children that could be sent to Palestine rather than all of them if they are sent somewhere else. So for them, Jews were a human material, and human material, European human material, was exhausted because of the genocide, and that's why they had to resort to human material from from Arab countries, from Iran, and so on. So for them, Jews are a means to create a state, to strengthen the state. The state is a lot more important than individual.